Okay, so what we're going to be drawing next is this pink object. In this direction, it has two slants cutting off the edges. In this direction, we have a channel, and from the top view, we have a circle. So let's go ahead and look at this. If you look in this direction, about halfway, this ear here is about halfway between the halfway and here. So if this was 4 inches long, this would be the 2-inch mark, this would be the 1-inch mark. In this direction, it looks like you could divide this into 3. This goes up 3, over 3, down 3. And it doesn't look like the angle is as tall as it is wide. So if this is 3, I would say this is 2. And again, this also looks like about 3. In the top view, we have this circle. The circle looks like if this really was 4 inches wide, I would say that that circle was about 1 inch. So let's start by blocking in our views. If this was 9 long, it looks like it might be 5 tall. So it's not quite as tall as it is wide. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to start out by drawing this box that will contain that shape. In the top view, we have essentially a square shape. So whatever width this is, it's going to be the same height in here. So let's project that up. And that's going to take up most of that square. And even then, it doesn't look like it's as wide as it could be. So I'm going to erase this line. I'm going to move this over a bit so that it will be a square in the top view. Okay, and then we're going to project this over into the right side view. And then we have to project from the top view through the reflection line into the right side view. Once we hit the reflection line, bounces down. Now these two should, at this point, look very similar. And I think they do for the most part. Now I'm going to take a moment and erase some of the lines near the drawings so that it isn't very confusing to look at. I can see what is the boxed in drawing and what isn't. Okay, so now we're ready to start adding some shapes. Now, I'm going to consider this the front view. This is the side with the most detail. If this is the front, that makes this the right side. And if this is the front, that makes this the top view. So, in this way, I'm going to find the center, and then find the center of that. And this right here, this line right here, looks like it is about, if this is 3, this is 2. It's a little bit past halfway, so I'm going to mark right about there, That's where those angles begin. Right here and right here. That means I can erase some of these lines. Now, we also have this channel here. Now, if this is 3 up, this looks like it would be 2 up. So, I'm going to go ahead and mark that. There is the channel. And you want to get these as close to horizontal and vertical as possible. Alright, so that's a good start for the front view. So now what I want to do is I want to transfer some of these lines into the top and right side views. I'm going to start by transferring into the top view. I'm going to project this line up and into the top view. Also the same with this. And we also have a circle here. We also have these slants, which we need to deal with, but I'm going to make my right side first so I can bring those up and over. But let's deal with that circle now. We want to find the center of this. This circle is in the center between this point and this point and this point and that point. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw a very light construction line X across here. Okay, and right here is where I want that circle to go. And I'm going to go ahead and make what's called a center line now. This indicates that we have the center of the circle. Okay, so this circle, if we said the center was right here and this is the edge, I would say the circle takes up about halfway between the center and here. That's about there, maybe a little bit more than half. So I'm going to mark there, there, and I'm going to also estimate here and here. And I could be using the paper method that we used when we were doing the sketching, but this is a small circle. I might be able to just do it by hand. And keep in mind I'm just eyeballing this. If I make mistakes, I have no problem with going back and erasing it and fixing it. So let's try that out. See if we get anywhere close to a circle. Okay, so that's what I've got. It's close enough for me. It looks like it's a little bit longer than it is wide, but it looks like a circle to me. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to transfer the edges of that circle down from the top view into this view, and I'm going to end up with hidden lines. And I'm going to bring this side down. And hidden lines. And the center, I'm going to bring that down, and I will end up with a center line that lines up with that. And center lines, they're a type of dimension line, so they go past the edges of the drawing. You notice this is up here and this is where the drawing ended. They go past the edge. Same thing here, the center lines go past the circle. Let's transfer that same circle down into this view. Before we do that, we have this shelf. We need to know where the circle is going to start here. So let's go ahead and bring in this over. So now that's where this circle begins. So when we bring this circle over, we can start those hidden lines there and there. All right, so let's transfer over into the reflection line and straight down. And right there, that's where we're going to have our hidden lines. Your goal should be to have really nice horizontal and vertical lines here. If you recognize you make a mistake, go ahead and fix it. All right, and the center line, we'll bring that over while we're at it. And right about here. And then I'm going to take a moment to erase these lines so that they're not a distraction. Take a moment and erase what I can from around the circle. Okay, so now I want to create these two angles that we have here. This line right here is also going to be a hidden line. So I'm going to erase this and draw that in as a hidden line. And then I want to transfer this point over to there and very lightly bring this over to there. So that's where this is going to start. And then in here, what we want is to estimate 1/3 of the way across here. And I'm going to say about right there, maybe like that. And we're going to make those angles. This angle should feel like it's going over more than up, and I think it does that. If anything, this one could be moved a little bit further, maybe like that. Okay, so now I'm going to clean up this view. This view is almost done. Let's go ahead and darken in some of these lines. All right. And I'm going to transfer this point vertically up to the reflection line and then over to our top view. And this point right there, that's where that line's going to go. Bring it across, and it's also there. Going to bring this point up, and we should get something similar on the other side. Alright, so I'm going to erase those construction lines. And now I'm going to finish my top view. darkening these lines in. Now keep in mind, I'm only darkening in the lines that I want to be visible. And that looks pretty good. I've got a couple lines here that I want to erase that shouldn't be there. And I'm gonna maybe fix the circle a little. All right. Okay, last thing is I'm gonna finish up my front view. Erase the lines that shouldn't be there. Go ahead and darken in the lines that should. Okay, so this is the finished pink drawing. You can see the right side view looks like that. We have the front view showing that channel and the top view showing the hole.